Assalamu alaikum. Inshallah you are all well and in the best of iman. I have come up with a new idea. There are so many tag videos out there on YouTube. Mummy tags and best friend tags and husband tags and blah 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 blah. But there is not a tag for the Muslimah Mama. So I have created a tag. I am going to go through the questions, answer the questions, and then I'm going to get tagging you and you and you and you and you. Let's get started. This is the Muslimah Mummy tag. Question 1. How many children do you have and what age are they? Uno. I have one child. She is a little 6 months old now, mashallah. What did you name your child or children? And what was the meaning behind your choice? My daughter is called Fatima and we named her after my husband's mother, who sadly passed away several years ago. It's a beautiful name and it has beautiful sentimental value and meaning in Islam. How do you help to teach your kids about Islam? She's 6 months old. It is very difficult to teach her about Islam at this age. It is never too young to start implementing the values of Islam. You know, whenever we start an action, if I'm gonna take her into the bathroom or if I'm going to change her nappy, I will always say Bismillah, Bismillah, Bismillah. When she sneezes, you know, it's so ingrained in us Westerners when someone sneezes to say bless you. She sneezes, I will say, kind of like say Alhamdulillah on her behalf, but then I'll also say Wahamakullah. And, you know, just little things like that to just keep, you know, I don't want to get into the habits of saying bless you, even though I do want to bless her, of course. Every single time I pray Salah and she's awake, she prays with me. If I say Allahu Akbar to Fatima, she knows that it's prayer time and she will lay down with me. It's really important to me that I don't leave her to do something else when I'm praying. Like, I want her with me. The more she gets used to that, the more she knows this is an expectation, this is a nice thing, this is something that we do as Muslims. Inshallah, find new ways and learn from you mummies out there in, you know, other ideas of how to incorporate Islam into her very little life. How do you handle birthdays and Christmas whilst living in the West? So birthdays, obviously she hasn't had a birthday yet, but when it is her birthday, inshallah, we will acknowledge it and we will do something together as a family. Something nice and intimate and modest, something that's personalised to us and our family is fine by me. With Christmas, you know, as reverts, it's very challenging time of year. The way that I've dealt with Christmas in the rest of my life has been that I no longer participate, I no longer celebrate. But I still buy a present for my mother and I still buy presents for my nieces, and that's it. I am in two minds about what to suggest and say with regards to Fatima about Christmas, because I'm sure that my family will want to buy gifts for her. I don't necessarily want to banish that. At the same time, I don't want her to get confused. And I would much prefer that they gave her gifts for Eid, and I will encourage that, but I can't enforce it. You know, our children are growing up in the West. They are going to be surrounded by Christmas everywhere. So there is no pretending that this is not happening. It's really important that we acknowledge Christmas to our children, I believe. But you know, explain to them that this is something different and it's not something that we participate in. How do you make Eid special for your kids? Do you have any family traditions? So again, this will be the first Eid this year, inshallah, that we will have spent with a child. I think that based on the fact that we live in the West and we are surrounded by so many things that are difficult for us most of the time, I feel like Eid is something that we should really, really push ourselves to celebrate and embrace and really kind of lift the spirits of our families and our children at this time of year. Inshallah, every year I would really like to decorate our home and for her to be part of that, and why not start from day one, you know? I would like to do something nice together as a family. I would like to get her lots of gifts. So really what's exciting for me as a new mom is that this is the time when I can start making traditions and making family rituals and creating them, and that's really exciting to me, you know? Fatima is the firstborn Muslimah in my family, alhamdulillah. She's the first generation of born Muslim in my family. This is the time when we can make it what we want. But I really would love suggestions, because I love just kind of looking and hearing and listening to what people are doing in their families, and I would really urge anyone who doesn't do a great deal, change that, you know, embrace it. This is our opportunity to shine as Muslims. This is our opportunity to be together, to celebrate this ummah. So, you know, let's eat it up. What has having kids taught you about your faith? It's taught me so many things that I probably haven't really taken the time to sit back and really comprehend, and I should do that, inshallah, because the lessons that you can learn from being a mother are profound and lifelong lessons. The thing that is at the very, very top of my head, sabr, sabr, sabr. We know how important it is to practice patience in Islam, and there is no time that you will need patience more than as a mother. You know, and I'm sure as children get older, there will be new challenges, toddlers, terrible twos, you know, teenagers that are driving you wild. Patience, patience, patience. And it is just such a beautiful quality to have and to work on, and I am so grateful that Islam teaches us the importance of this quality. I think that it has taught me to be grateful, and not just to be grateful, but to verbalize to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala how grateful I am. I think it's so easy to forget to count our blessings, and even the simplest of blessings need to be acknowledged before Allah. It's taught me about my own strength and about my own commitment. If we can get up in the middle of the night, if we can be there for them 100% of the time, then we need to be doing the same for Allah. We need to be concentrating on our relationship with Allah, and one of the biggest challenges that I've had as a new mom is prioritizing my worship of Allah when in this time where everything is new. I'm constantly learning, I'm constantly, my head is, I don't even know where my head is most of the time. It is very, very easy to slip, and it's very, very easy to make your baby your whole world and put Allah and your worship as a secondary. I am still working on this, inshallah, and I'm trying to do all that I can to get the focus and the energy back where it needs to be, because as with everything in life, when you put Allah at the center of your universe, and you put Allah at the center of your daily life, then everything else starts to fall into place. Alhamdulillah, that is the beauty of Islam. Do you have any fears about raising Muslim children in the West? I do have fears. Obviously, I think any mother would have fears about what their children will grow to be and what influences from the outside world they will have upon them. I work in alternative education in the middle of London, and I've kind of first-hand dealt with what is really going on in schools out there, is really going on in communities out there, and believe you me, it is incredibly scary. For this reason, it makes me a little more fearful, because I really know the reality of what goes on in the streets of London. it also has informed me and educated me and helped me to realise what I would do differently within my own family and my own home. My biggest fears are that I have children that end up in gangs or, you know, that slip from the path of Islam. For me, the way to combat that is to start now. One of the things that I'm working on with Fatima is building the strongest attachment that I possibly can. For her to feel strong in her relationship with her parents as the first and foremost, and then for her to feel strong and safe and secure in her home, for her to learn and be educated in the deen, inshallah, and build healthy relationships from the home out, from her parents out, and if she has those trusting and strong relationships, then inshallah anything that faces her in her life, in school, with bullies, with crime, with anything that might come her way, she will be strong enough to deal with it, and she will be strong enough to hold on to her faith, and I as her mother feel that that is my responsibility to instill that within her. Do you have a favourite Islamic story that you like to read to your children? So I do read with Fatima. We do have story times. We quite often read a book before. I was given this as a gift from a friend, and it's called Muslim Nursery Rhymes. It was published by the Islamic Foundation. And what I love about this is that it's kind of classic nursery rhymes that you might know. And basically the words have been changed to have an Islamic meaning. So this is really, really beautiful. And then the other book that I have is this one, which was also a gift. And it's called Allah's Gift. It just kind of acknowledges that we have speech, that we have sight, that we have hearing, that we can look around our world and take in all of the beauty and be grateful for it, alhamdulillah. Next question. What is your favourite activity to do with your child? Good question. Thank you to myself. I really don't know, because again Fatima is so small that I can't engage in kind of like proper, arts and crafts activities or jigsaw puzzles or anything like that at this stage, but I just love being with her. But actually I really love just taking her outside as well. Like we quite often, now that the weather is a bit better, we quite often go out to the park, and she just loves being outside in the fresh air and kind of just observing and being like in nature, alhamdulillah. And I just love sharing those moments with her and pointing things out to her and letting her kind of understand the world and helping her to understand the world. And last but not least, what is the best thing about being a Muslimah mummy? For me, the best thing is living with the love of Allah and doing everything for my daughter and for my family for the sake of Allah. Having faith has really helped me on this journey as a new mum. Having those reminders, looking at things from an Islamic perspective, has helped to keep me grounded. It's helped to remind me of my blessing. I just love seeing my beautiful girl grow and change every single day. I love seeing her interact with people and the world around her, and every day, oh gosh, whew, every day I look at her and I think, how great is God? Subhanallah, every life is a miracle, and to think that that little girl grew for 9 months inside of me and is now here in my life, it's just a miracle. Subhanallah, life is a miracle. Children are a blessing, and just remembering that daily is probably the best thing. So now for the tagging. I would like to tag Aminakin from Pearl Daisy. I would like to tag Layla Zoe, who's a new YouTuber. Chelsea Hijab Love, who's got a beautiful new little baby boy, mashallah. And I would like to tag Emosh Boutique. So I will put the links to those channels below with all the questions, and I'm going to be looking out for your videos, sisters, inshallah. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, assalamu alaikum.